All right, hello everybody. I am Rhino Peter here with my co-commentator April. How's it going?
Oh, I'm doing really great. How are you? Good evening,
Pretty
everyone.
well. I'm excited for this race. I was just saying to you like when we were talking, I think I've commentated every single one of Pisces races this tournament so far just by chance. So it's
Yeah,
cool to
that's
keep that going.
really incredible. It's cool because you'll know already how he works, and also I'm not sure. It looks like Dao might have the wrong font installed, but
Yeah, not sure. But either way, you know, Pisces, a runner that doesn't really need much introduction. He's top 3 in the world in this category. When we started this tournament, actually, Pisces was the world record holder. And he became the second person ever to break 50 minutes in this category.
yeah, actually during the tournament, I believe it was during his third race.
Yeah, it was his third round against Murray. He ran a 49.57, I believe. And then Doubt, I'm not very familiar with his running, so it'll be exciting to see what kind of show he puts on today.
Dao was actually my first opponent.
Oh, nice.
In the Swiss rounds, and what I find really incredible is that Dao is up against Pisces, who's he said was first race, first rank in the world when we started this tournament, and Dao at the time had, I think, his seed was something like a 58. Wait, let me check. So he has improved massively since then. Yeah, it's been a 55, but still, his first race time was a 58, with Pisces' first race time being a 51. So it was a huge gap, and I can't wait to see how much he's improved since then, because it looks like just getting up to this point without being at 3 wins in this Swiss tournament so far. That's just incredible play right there. Given
yeah, absolutely.
High-level players have also joined the tournament.
And for what it's worth, I have counted the racers down now, but with a little bit of delay, we should see them start somewhat shortly.
Great.
Yeah, and it looks like, I think there's about 30 seconds of delay, but should be good.
Yep, I'm also.
Yep, and they're both starting. There we go. Yeah, so here with 2 runners at this level, I don't really expect to see too much difference in their super early game here. You know, most runners that are fairly experienced know the first split or 2 inside and out very well. We might see a second or 2 of variance, but I'm not expecting to see a massive difference. But hey, it's a tournament setting. It's a no reset. Anything could happen. That's what makes it so exciting, right?
Yeah, definitely. Also, it's worth pointing out that even in these early game sections, there's a lot of optimization going on. You could see both of them getting the soft wall set up here successfully, which is at their level to be expected, I would say. But then again, as you said, it's a no reset, and making mistakes, especially when you're on race nerves, is very common. So we can see both of them, Pisces with a 51 and Dao with a 52, which are both extremely good King's Pass times.
Yeah, definitely. And we see the runners now jumping through Dirtmouth. For those who don't know, when you're walking on the ground through Dirtmouth, your character moves a lot slower. So we mitigate that by jumping, which retains our normal running speed. Yeah, you make a good point. There's a lot of small optimizations in this first split here. There's a lot of RNG as well. Especially in this drop coming up here, the positions of these Gruzzers is complete RNG. We're going to see Pisces going for the right side drop, gets it hitless. Doubt gets hit on the right side. And again, that's complete RNG. There's some small things that runners can do to mitigate getting hit by those Gruzzers, but at the end of the day, it really is a bit random, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it did lose him over a second, as we can see there. When they entered the Gruzzer room, they were almost exactly half a second apart. And when they exited it, it was more like 1.8 seconds, so
Yeah, and Doubt losing a little bit more time there. Pisces got the double spike kill in the Aspid Arena, and Doubt jumped a little bit early, didn't get any of the Aspids, so he had to waste a bit more time there. But yeah, I mean, when I watch people like Pisces, like Axe, like Monsta, just the real top runners in this category race, it can be funny sometimes because you look at their opponent and you think, man, they're really not doing that much wrong. How are they so far behind at times? And it's not that they're doing too much wrong. It's that Pisces is just going to play incredibly well here and not really get... Pisces is the type of runner who's not really going to give you much room to breathe on even the smallest of mistakes here.
Exactly, and that was an extremely clean statue pogo by Pisces there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dao getting a really nice backup after getting hit there. Not flinching for a second, just immediately pogoing the Vengefly and getting it very nice.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a big part of having a good mentality for being in races is knowing that no matter what goes wrong, there's no reset button here. You have to just mentally persevere and keep going through. So good to see that out of Doubt.
Yeah, definitely, especially against such a high level opponent, which
Yeah.
I'm sure he must know. It's actually one of the things I'm most interested in, is how he was feeling about racing one of the top 3.
Right.
Really, it could have been anyone out of all the players that went 3-1 in the last round.
Right.
Who got him, and it was just pure chance that it was Doubt who got Pisces, because there are only 3 people who are currently with a 4-0, and those are X, Monster, and Pisces.
Right.
And so it was bound to happen that 2 of them would go against each other, and the third one would get an unlucky
A 3-1 opponent. Yeah.
3-1 opponent, and yeah, it's great to see Doubt seemingly being very collected.
Yeah, we saw a 331 Vengeful Spirit out of Pisces, which is... It's definitely on the faster side of Vengeful Spirit splits, so nice there. Then Doubt with about a 335, I think I saw. So
yeah,
not too far behind, 4 or 5 seconds here. It's still close, but
yeah, definitely holding up really well.
Yeah. Also important to know that Pisces got the worst possible RNG on the False Knight fight. He got 2 maximum jumps backwards, which is never what you want to see there, but handled it very well. Definitely an experienced runner there. Doubt looks like Doubt stream froze.
Yeah, on my end as well.
Yeah. But anyway, Pisces carrying through here, so we're gonna see how many Balder spits he gets here before he gets the mini Balder he needs.
Yeah, each Balder spit has a 50-50 chance of producing a mini Balder, so that's already 4. That's
got a 5 spit. I'll tell you right now, if that's me in a PB attempt, I'm just resetting like that.
Yeah.
Even though it's not that much of a massive time loss, there's really a mental component to getting that, to just having to stand there and lose all that time. Pisces definitely probably, well, I would assume Pisces is very frustrated with that, but
yeah,
I think
sure.
Doubt got a much faster cycle, so he's caught up and actually made up a little bit of time here.
Yeah, it looks like it. I couldn't really see when he started because that's just when the stream came back, but they seem to be much closer now. I think only about 4 seconds now.
Yeah, that's about what I'm seeing too. So yeah, the runners are gonna, in this Gruzzer clan that we see Doubt doing here, they're gonna have to get 6 hits on the enemies. 1, you can see Pisces here doing the off-screen Balder kill, which only takes 1 fireball, and then it is worth this fireball skip. We're about to see Pisces attempt here, and he nails it. That saves about 3 seconds versus going around the other way, so it's definitely worth it to gather the extra soul to do that skip.
Yeah, and it looks like Dao just missed it because the frames for jumping off there, the Coyote frames, are quite tight on that jump, especially.
Yeah, definitely. And so through Green Path here, there's 3 fireball skips that we do, and in my opinion, that first one is actually the most difficult to get. I think it's the tightest in terms of, you almost need the Coyote frames. You have to have a really good turnaround, and it's only 1 fireball, so...
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot as well. In fact, I never got it so far.
It's not easy. I'm telling you. I mess up all the
Every
time.
tournament race that I've done, the commentators were always like, "Why didn't he go for it?" And I was like, "Well, I just missed the coyote frame."
Yeah, like that happens to me all the time, where I just walk off and forget to jump. And it looks like I didn't go for it, but nope, I was just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just saw them both through the second fireball skip, and now Pisces. We see him in the middle of the third skip here. And he nails all three, to be expected. And we'll see if Doubt can get the third one here as well.
The third one has a really annoying jump off, but the turnaround is actually a bit more lenient, and Dao also nailing it here.
Yeah, well done.
Both of them getting hit by the husks on their way out, but no big deal. Still at 4 HP, which is, I would say, a comfortable amount for Green Path. Especially from these runners, which I don't expect will take many more hits up until Hornet.
Yeah, and we saw Pisces there. He went for the double fireball. We'll see if Doubt goes for the double here. He does. He just shoots the 3 fireballs right away. It's not too much of a time loss, honestly. But yeah, so these last few rooms here in Green Path, soul management actually gets quite a bit tight because we need fireballs for that Moss Knight that we kill. And then coming up after the room that both runners are in right now, they're going to have to kill 2 Moss Knights while collecting GL rocks. So we need to enter this room with 8 hits, because as you see Pisces here, he's going to get 1 hit to get 9 out of 9 hits. And then he'll shoot 3 fireballs.
Yeah, and Pisces getting really unfavorable RNG.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you can see he tried to jump up a little bit. He tried to jump up, because if you jump at the faces of those knights, sometimes it can make them jump away from you. But like you said, Pisces not having no such luck today.
Yeah, Dao probably even gaining a bit of time back here, just by getting better RNG on the Moss Knights.
Yeah, so Pisces walked into Hornet at 7:21, I think I saw, and 7:32 for Doubt, so... Okay.
Yeah, so it's already over 10 seconds.
Right, and Pisces landing a double there, very nice. So yeah, having an optimal Hornet fight here is all about getting doubles on Hornet, which we see Pisces right there. So if you stagger Hornet on with a fireball that hits in the air, and then Doubt getting one there too, yeah, the stagger will knock Hornet backwards, and then the fireball will hit her again as they travel at about the same speed. So setting up those doubles is crucial to having an optimal fight here.
Yeah.
It looks like Doubt made up some time.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Also, you just don't want Hornet to jump too far away from you when she gets staggered, because then you have to run all the way to get to her.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. That's very, very important.
Dao did have that like twice in the fight, I think.
Yeah, it's very frustrating when you stagger Hornet, and then you're like, oh crap, I don't have a fireball to wake her up, so I need to walk all the way across the arena now. Very frustrating. Yeah, so our runner is now going to be heading down to Mantis Claw, which is one of the most movement-intensive splits in the entire run, especially for the early game where we don't really have a ton of movement yet.
Pisces getting a hard fall there. It's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's Fungal Waste contains some of my favorite movement in the game. It's just so satisfying when you nail it, and it looks like Pisces just did the turnaround by hitting that platform there, which is deceptively difficult to pull off. So let me just check. Rhino, you seem to be... yeah, Rhino seems to be having computer issues. We'll be back in a moment. As we're seeing Pisces making his way down to Mantis Claw, and Dao following quite close. And all of this movement is just really down to optimizing very small things, and especially at the high level that these players are at, small mistakes can cost you comparatively a lot of time. For instance, Pisces in the room before accidentally landing on the bouncy mushrooms instead of going below them. But both of them... Oh, I spoke too soon. commentators first. Pisces getting the explosion pogo first try, while Dao is setting it up for the second time right now. And actually misses it the second time as well. While Pisces just got Mantis Claw, and sadly I wasn't able to see if he nailed the Mantis pogo, but he probably did. Let's hope that Rhino comes back. So Dao is now also heading to Mantis Claw, and gets the Mantis pogo fairly cleanly. Had to pogo a second time there, but no real time lost at all, and so fairly clean fungal waste from both of them, except for Dao having some trouble with the explosion pogo. Missing it, I think, 3 times. Yeah, we will now see Pisces make his way to Salubra and buy Shaman Stone, which is our first and only charm that we get, and it's major power up because we'll be using spells for the remainder of the run in order to deal ridiculous damage compared to what we start with, which is just our old nail at 5 damage. We will be using mostly the Shade Soul for a fair bit, all the way until we get Descending Dark. And Shade Soul deals 40 damage with Shaman Stone, and if you get a double it deals 80 damage, which is 16 times as much as our nail will do. So it's quite crucial to get this. Pisces now about to get the cleanup from Grossmother. Gets it fairly nicely, just 2 brothers escaping. And also getting the Walking Storage there, very nice. Hello Rhino, welcome back.
Hey, yeah, that was weird. All right, what did I miss?
Nothing much. Pisces just bought Shaman Stone, and Dao is about to do Grozza cleanup.
Cool.
So,
Any fun things in Mantis Claw that
Dao had a really rough time with Explosion Pogo and missed it, I think, 3 times.
Oh no.
Yeah, that really did put him behind by quite a bit, but that was a really clean Grozza cleanup from Dao.
Yeah, that was smooth. Yeah, it's interesting, especially in a tournament setting. At least in my experience, there's really an element of nerves that come into play where certain tricks that I feel like I would hit 10 out of 10 times just doing normal PB attempts and hanging out, as soon as I'm in a tournament setting, magically it becomes really hard for some reason. So I totally get that.
Yeah, me too, completely. Let's just hope that Dao doesn't fall behind anymore by taking a death here.
Oh, that would be terrible. Right? If he took a death here. Oh no, Doubt. Oh god, goodness.
There he goes.
You hate to see it. We'll see what he can do to come back in here after that. When are we ever as a community just gonna stop making that joke? I don't know. Never. We always have to make it. Yeah.
I feel like it's already worth it just for all the people who've never seen it before. Like, just for, at the off chance that someone's watching who hasn't seen Shade Pogo before, it's just good to pretend that you don't know what they're doing.
Right, yeah, just make them believe that these very experienced runners just magically forgot how to not stand on top of an enemy and die, right?
Yeah. Also, we can see just how much time that Explosion Pogo lost out.
Oh, yeah.
Shoutouts to Rixian. Seems like they are 47 seconds behind at Blue Lake, so...
Right. Yeah, so Pisces now heading over to the Gorgeous Husk, which is, pretty much what we're doing here in the route as a whole. We're farming Geo because we need to get 800 Geo to go over to Kingdom's Edge and get Dash Slash. On this patch of the game, Dash Slash allows us to hit a lot of levers through walls, allowing us to skip a ton of rooms and a boss fight and other sections of the game. And it lets us get Shade Soul really, really early, which makes the rest of the run tremendously easier.
Yeah, I already told about the massive damage difference that a double Shaman Stone Shade Soul will do compared to our old nail, which is
Oh
a
yeah.
factor of 16.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy.
yeah, it does make the game a whole ton easier when you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also why the current patch category for all skills has a much different route because it can't actually do this lever skip in the beginning.
Right.
So it has to go all the way around and do other things before even getting to Soul Sanctum.
Yeah, definitely. So coming up here, we're going to see Pisces killing a bunch of these little hoppers on the ground. And the reason we're doing this is because we need the Geo. As you can see, we're still a little bit shy of 800, but this is all intentional. This is the planned Geo routing for this section. It's not like Pisces is behind on Geo. And he does a really good job there. It can sometimes be difficult to not get hit by that Aspid while collecting Geo, so good on Pisces. 815, Pisces would probably want a little bit more Geo here, but you know, it's enough for now, and you can make up the rest fairly easy in Soul
really
Sanctum.
all you need to
Yeah.
go into the Nail Master, and everything above 800 is just for comfort, basically.
Yeah, definitely, because after Soul Sanctum, we need another 300 Geo so we can open up King Station, but we have, even if we don't have any extra Geo here, we have more than enough places to make up that Geo, so we're pretty fine.
Okay. Now going into this section with 338 Geo, which is extremely comfortable. I think.
Very comfortable.
Yeah, he can't skip a whole row, I think, but...
Well, he missed one of the hoppers. It hopped right over the ledge on him, so... Yeah, he's going to have enough still.
1 or 2 hoppers, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, looking good.
And we see Pisces taking the... Oh, sorry.
Oh. Also worth pointing out that hoppers are actually the... as far as enemies that you can farm Geo off of goes, they are the most efficient single enemy type that you can farm Geo for, so...
Yeah, how much Geo do they give us exactly? Do you know?
I think 16 per hopper.
Okay.
So that's 48 per hopper row. And,
yeah, that's really good.
In fact, the only thing that's... Oh, that's really nice.
Nice from Pisces. You get...
Pisces.
That's the... So... I haven't seen anybody get that in this tournament so far. I've seen a few runners get it on stream, but what you guys just saw was a technique called wall cling storage, and we see it used in other places to gain a little bit of speed. But if you dash through a door or off of an elevator in a very specific way, as we just saw Pisces do, it allows the runner to... pretty much, we trick the game into thinking that the knight is still on a wall, like it would be for Mantis Claw, but... we still maintain all of the horizontal speed we had, and with a series of very precise jumps, you can maintain that state of having a wall on your side, and that's what you guys just saw Pisces do to skip up to that ledge without even touching the statue that most people use to pogo up there. Really, really cool technique.
Yeah, and it's actually the first time that I've seen this outside of the speedrun.com vote actually being put to use, and that's probably an interesting piece of trivia, is that this technique specifically in this spot, or rather this technique in general in order to gain height, which we saw Pisces do just there instead of doing the statue photo, was only somewhat recently voted by the speedrun.com moderators and the community to be legal. Before it wasn't actually. It was only used only legal to do it for speed purposes, not to gain height, and then we voted on it, and now it's allowed to gain height if you are technically able to get up there by legitimate means. So
yeah, I think that's what the ruling eventually was that it is, you can't use it to access a place that you couldn't get to with your current loadout, but if it's a place you could get to anyway, you're allowed to do it.
Yeah, which puts people who are using this as a backup in an interesting position, because if you try to do the statue pogo in that room first and you fail it twice, you actually can't do the elevator walking storage as a backup anymore, because the room wouldn't allow you anymore to get up there.
Yeah,
because you already destroyed the background. So.
Yeah. So we'll see Pisces here going through One of the most annoying rooms in this run, where that Soul Twister there that's teleporting all over the room, he can actually just teleport directly in front of you or where you're dashing to, and you can take hits. And we see Pisces already at 2 HP. A little scary going into the Soul Master fight here, but we'll see what happens.
Oh,
yeah, he's gonna heal here. Yeah, I think, you know, in a race setting, I think that's a smart move. Definitely don't want to.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Especially
Absolutely.
since he's not going to have any problems either way. He only needs 6 hits of soul to pull off this first trick, where he shoots the fireball right and then left, in order to damage the Soul Master twice or even 3 times if he gets lucky with a teleport.
Oh, he missed the first fireball.
Yep. Also destroys these soul jars there in order to refill his soul also.
Yeah, and we see Pisces, you notice that when he staggered the Soul Master, instead of just shooting a fireball, he ran all the way to the left side of the Soul Master. The reason being is that when you wake up the Soul Master from being staggered, he always teleports across the room. So Pisces was lining it up so his fireball would hit twice, which is, it's very worth the time that you spend walking into the other side.
Yeah.
So this phase, the Soul Master just dives at us over and the Soul Master dives at us over and over again. It takes 6 nail hits and 2 Shade Souls. What you guys saw Pisces attempting there was a strategy where you damage tank the Soul Master in the top right corner of the room, but he stopped diving earlier, so...
Yeah. Usually he would have shot the Shade Soul right during the dive.
Right.
But essentially it was a missed Shade Soul in this case, but didn't lose too much time because the dive does refill your soul meter completely.
Mm-hmm.
And well, it would have been nice to be able to heal before picking it up during the animation. I don't think that Pisces is gonna need it here.
Yeah, he should be good. He did the dash slash storage, yeah.
Yeah, still really fine. So the dash slash storage is actually a really cool trick. Not the easiest to pull off, not because it's technically difficult, but because you have to charge your nail art while moving around, and then in the right moment, just as you're about to release it while dashing, you open your inventory, and that cues it so that the next time you dash, the dash slash will be released. Out here finishing Soul Master at 4 HP. It's probably not going to heal. It doesn't really need it.
Ooh, Pisces taking a hit on the elevator there. He's not going to be happy about that. One thing I will note is that this being like my 3rd or 4th time I've commentated a Pisces match, I know that he does not watch the stream or listen or anything during the runs. He kind of just, he likes to be in his own world. Saves the grub, of course.
Nice.
But yeah, he does not follow along with how his opponent's doing, how far ahead or behind he is. I asked him about it in an interview, and he told me he said he's like, I'm gonna run my fastest no matter what, so it doesn't really matter what my opponent is doing. So he probably doesn't even, he probably has no idea how far ahead he is at this moment.
He can probably guess.
He can probably guess, yeah.
It's not like, it's not that rude to say that he can have an educated guess on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Given, his opponent's personal best. So
yeah,
actually,
definitely.
both of these racers have personal bests that are quite a bit apart. With Pisces, as we said, being ranked 3rd at the moment on the global leaderboards, with only being the one of the 3 people in the world who have a sub 50 time in this.
Right.
And Daot having either a 53 or a 54. 31 and 38, we aren't really sure.
Yeah.
I asked him, and it seems that his personal best is a 54-31. But looking at least at the stats sheet for the tournament, it looks like Daot in his 2nd race already got a 53-38, which is better than that. So we aren't really sure which one's accurate there, but
yeah, that was funny to find out that we had 2 different numbers for Daot's PV. But either way, it's still a very high level runner.
Pisces getting the look down toll, which is if you press down in the right moment as you confirm the Toll purchase, the toll will appear immediately, otherwise you'll have to wait. I think it's something like 3 seconds, so quite a
Yeah,
significant
it's
amount of time.
real slow. Yeah. And so that bench we just saw Doubt took and Pisces took when he went through there as well. That is an intentional bench. The runners would have to take that even if they had full health. And they need to hold that bench there all the way for the next 3 splits, I believe, or 2 splits. No, 3 splits actually.
And some of the most difficult ones as well.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Like you
so
don't
pretty
get much time to heal there at all.
No, that's what makes this segment of the run so exciting for races. Is there's, like you said, there's really nowhere to heal without losing time. You can't take a bench because we need to save and quit back out to Spire after this is all said and done. And it's very, very easy to take damage here. We have a lot of lasers and cycle-based rooms. We have a dark room that we have to go through, and we have one forced intentional damage tank when we pick up Descending Dark too. So this is definitely a spot in runs that, especially in a race or no reset setting, things can go wrong pretty quickly.
And that one intentional forced damage tank is it's probably the most important damage tank in this whole area because it does save quite a big chunk of time because we're using it at the end when we get Descending Dark. Luckily, it's kind of inconsequential because if we go in there with 1 HP, then we can just not do it, which is a shame in terms of time lost, but it's at least we know that we don't have to worry about taking damage afterwards.
Right. And we saw Pisces.
Oh, sorry, you go.
I was gonna say we saw Pisces just hit Pog Axe, which is a cool trick saving about 2 seconds. And going through here, we'll see if he gets Godsight. No, he gets hit there. That's
still recovered really quickly.
Yeah, recovered quickly. That's what I would call a semi-intentional damage tank. That one kind of hurts. You know, being at 3 HP here now, I'm sure a runner of Pisces caliber still feels comfortable here, but definitely want to have more than 3 HP at this section.
Yeah. It even looks like he's planning on healing, as we saw that he went out of his way to get 1 hit of soul on the Glimback, which he doesn't technically need. So it's quite likely that he's going to use this to heal later on, or at least considers doing it, which is good looking ahead and planning. And there we saw the Deathless Torch again, very nice.
Yeah, definitely. And I think too, just to build some hype, we should mention, April, that dying in this section of the run is probably the worst place you could possibly die.
Yeah, definitely. It loses something in the leagues of 2 to 3 minutes, depending on where you die. So,
and that's why I'm surprised here to see Pisces go for the damage tank cycle in the Crystal Heart room here. Normally at 3 HP, I mean, a mere mortal like myself would do the damageless cycle, but Pisces showing his confidence that he feels comfortable here. Doubt playing this room a little bit safer, not wanting to take the damage, definitely respectable given the circumstances.
Yeah, certainly. And these cycles, they can be really tricky. I know that a lot of people practice them in and out, but then again it's a race, so if you just hesitate a little bit on some inputs, then you're already too late, especially in these rooms.
Yeah, definitely. And where the crawlers are physically is pretty consistent all the time. However, there is about I think a little bit, like a second or two of RNG in when they actually start using their laser attack. So it's not 100% consistent. I mean, as speedrunners, the movement we do, it doesn't really make a huge difference all the time, but there are situations where it can make a difference.
Yeah, and there we saw a really nice usage of Lightning Storage again by Pisces. Not the easiest one to get this cleanly as well, because
he got that
like in both directions. So you have to first go left, and then you have to turn it over.
Pisces took a hit there, and that was scary.
Yeah.
Because again,
he must
like
have healed at some point. He's back at 2 HP, so.
Yeah, like we said, I mean, coming up here, we're going to see the intentional damage tank that we do, and like you said, it's a big one. It saves a lot of time. You definitely want to get it.
Yeah, so we can definitely see why he healed up here. Not only because it would lose so much time not to, but also.
Oh no! No! Oh no!
Oh, that was unexpected.
Yeah, oh my!
Really bad.
That is the literal worst possible place you can die in this entire.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
Doubt
not,
needed a prayer, and he just got it answered.
There's not another place that is worse to die at than the exact end of
Oh my god.
Descending Dark Room. Wow.
Well, we'll see what can happen here now. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. If you're Doubt right now, I mean, I don't know if Doubt's watching the stream or if he's aware of the pace, but
if he's watching, then he's probably going to take this a lot more seriously now.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a little bit of trouble with this dark room here. He's gonna do the top C dash. I haven't seen. There's a lot of different ways to get through this dark room. The way Doubt doing it looks pretty safe.
Yeah, it's the safest out of all of them because you don't really have to learn anything. You just charge your C dash whenever, and then you just jump up, and then you do the next one. So it's pretty fail-safe as long as you don't overstep on the platforms that you're jumping up to.
Yeah. Now, one thing I'm curious to see. Okay, so Pisces, I do like seeing that. He has the awareness to know that he already has C dash. He can cut out a lot of movement here. Because I know myself, if I were in Pisces' situation, I would probably be on autopilot still, just doing normal dash movements. And also important is that Pisces already unlocked the bottom room in Crystal Peaks, so he doesn't need to go back through all of Crystal Peaks again. I mean, it still stinks that he's losing all this time, but he doesn't have to go back through the entirety of that room.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and there's the dash slash from Doubt that we just saw.
It's also worth pointing out that if you die there, you definitely don't want to die before the Crushers because...
oh, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you'd have to potentially take the top route in order to get back, or at least have to take a bigger detour.
Definitely, that would not be fun. Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. I still don't know if this is this isn't easy for Doubt, right? Like he's got a big lead now. He can play comfortable, but I mean, you got Pisces coming after you, and Pisces is probably coming with a vengeance here. Pisces
still showing incredibly precise and consistent movement, especially in sections that a man of his caliber isn't likely to have practiced too much, because I don't expect that it's too common for him to continue a run after dying in Crystal Peak. So it's really impressive how smooth his movement just there was in the bench room, before the bench room, and yeah.
Taking another hit in the dark room. Yeah, he's just going to reset the room entirely. I like that, honestly. Because once you aggro that Crystal Hunter, it kind of just throws off everything else about the room.
Yeah. You really need to be in a rhythm to do this room with just dashes only. Yeah, he gets it really nicely on the second try. I'm curious if he will heal this time before the crystallized mount, because he definitely doesn't want to risk getting hit there again.
Yeah, I mean, there's two ways of looking at it, right? One is what you just said, which Pisces, he doesn't want to die again. He could be nervous now, could be a lot of things. But on the other hand, he might be saying to himself, hey, I got to play aggressive now, because he probably knows he's behind. He knows that he's got a lot to make up here. So he might be playing extremely risky.
Yeah, that's definitely also a thing to consider. I'm curious to see how he will play, but as you said already, he said he'll always play at his best, so I think that his best is quite a benchmark for most people, so it's probably going to be difficult to even see if he was playing aggressively or not, because
that's true.
Like his best execution is probably the optimal way to go and the most aggressive already, so...
Absolutely, but Pisces backup strats are probably what most people's risky strats are, right?
Out in the meanwhile, heading into Watcher Knights, a really interesting fight in this category. More RNG dependent than you'd think, since most of the challenge doesn't really come down to dealing damage, but actually getting the Watcher Knights in the positions where you want them.
Ooh.
Out, apparently hesitating here a little bit on his second input.
Yeah, definitely.
You can just spam D-Dark on this patch, that's very convenient. In the current patch they made it so that you can not spam D-Dark while you're inside an enemy, because your iframes will wear off if you cast the spell again. But on this patch you can just spam it without still getting really unfavorable RNG from all of the Watcher Knights so far.
Yeah, and that's a good point you make, is that while this, I don't like to use the term trivial because, you know, this fight can still go wrong. And that was a really good pattern Doubt got on the third phase there.
Yeah.
But like you said, with bad RNG, it's not that you're going to die during that fight, but you can lose a ton of time compared to an optimal fight if the night starts spreading out.
Yeah, exactly. And also you actually have to, like, you can no longer just autopilot, you actually have to pay attention to their rolls then. Yeah, that happens as well, because you want to get the soul and deal damage as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
that means
definitely.
you have to try to get them back on one spot, and especially if they are rolling or bouncing, you have to time your attacks very well. Otherwise, you'll be losing out on a lot of the damage that you could potentially be dealing to them.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna see Pisces head over that fight now, while Doubt already absorbing Lurian.
Yeah.
If there's anywhere that Pisces could maybe get back into this race, outside of just playing extremely well, the next section coming up for Doubt here, all of the Ismas skips. There's 3 fairly difficult skips in a row that we do. And you know, with race nerves, and you know, if he knows what kind of pace he's on, he could be nervous as well. Definitely a place that accidental deaths can totally happen.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Pisces getting a good first pattern there, handling the roll away very well, using a Shade Soul instead of diving again.
Yeah, he definitely wants to make the disadvantage that he has gotten from dying there back as well as possible. Especially in all the places where Doubt has been getting bad luck or just not playing at his best. So, but
Yeah,
Pisces
definitely.
not really getting the best Watcher Knight RNG here. Still handling it extremely well.
Yeah, he handled that about as well as he could have. That was a really nice fight out of Pisces.
Losing almost time to what would have been the optimal strategy, especially with that unfavorable pattern.
Yeah, so here we're going to see Doubt heading into the broken elevator room. Going to be doing the first of 3 difficult skips we do back to back to back here, which is the spike tunnel skip. We'll see if he can get it first try. Very well done.
Yeah, out of the fall as well. Really nice.
Yeah, real nice.
I think the only way to do that faster would be to charge a dash slash in the air and then dash inside it, but this is the second fastest and it's way more reliable.
I have actually tried to do that before, like just in practice, just because I was curious. It is insanely precise to do like a dash slash there.
I tried to just wing it in a race. It did not go well.
Yeah, and real quick, I want to commend Doubt there. He hit all of the skips first try incredibly cleanly. Gets the early control off the Whormp. Yeah, I mean, that would have been
full HP. So
yeah, that would have been a really nice place for Pisces to get some time back, and Doubt just not having any of it.
Yeah, I think Doubt has maybe realized his lead and is now trying to do anything he can to keep it.
Yeah. And so the one thing I will say, though, is I think one thing that would be a big mistake, as a few people in chat are pointing out, is I think it would be a mistake for Doubt to kind of play safe and relax right now, because, again, just looking at their PBs, Pisces is the higher ranked player. He's definitely faster in this category. I think if Doubt gets a little too relaxed here, he's gonna make it really easy for Pisces to catch up.
Pisces only, I think, needs to catch up about a minute or so. And, over the last remaining, let's say 25 minutes of the race, that's definitely quite possible.
Oh yeah.
Especially with how well his handling of everything else has been so far.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, Doubt is playing incredibly well. You know, we're talking about how Pisces is one of the best players in the world, and how great he's his PB is and everything, but Doubt is saying, hey, look at me too, I'm playing really well myself.
Yeah, and case in point, Pisces just did the drop through that room completely blind because he got the annoying camera bug, and he just, without even stopping or landing anywhere, he just managed to handle it completely by muscle memory.
Yeah, it looks like his stream froze up a little bit, but it looks like he got hit twice during this spike pogo.
Oh, I thought it was only once. Maybe it was twice.
It was hard to see because at least on my end his stream froze.
Yeah, on mine as well. I know that he definitely didn't get it first try, but Doubt getting really. I'm not sure if it's if that
Ooh. Oh no.
that Marlurk is.
Doubts. He has to heal. You have to heal
Yeah,
here. You have
that's
to.
good.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
not
be
sure
stupid.
if that Marlurk is actually RNG that he got hit by. I know for
That
a fact
one
that
is the last one that he got hit by. There's a little RNG, but you can avoid. You can maneuver around the wall to avoid it fairly well. But yeah, you know, these are the tiny little things that are gonna let Pisces crawl back into this race. You know, it's not gonna be these crazy big mistakes. It's gonna be the teeny tiny little things that Pisces has so optimized that let him crawl back. Yeah, so we're gonna see the broken.
Yeah, looks like he didn't get the good C-dash RNG there. That's
No, he did not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, you were saying broken vessel pipe. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. So there's a number of attacks Broken Vessel can do to us. The number one attack we're looking for is what we call the headbang attack, which is when he stands in one spot just shooting infection bubbles out to the sides for an extended period of time. The reason we want that attack is because it allows us to sit there and use D-Dark repeatedly on Broken Vessel, and he won't stagger or move away at all during that attack.
That was a really clean fight as well.
Yeah, he didn't get any headbang attacks either. He handled that really well.
Yeah. Made
And we'll
really good use of his soul as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Doubt handled that well. You know, he stayed calm and composed, not getting, you know, he went down to 1 HP, and he's playing well.
Absolutely. Pisces here showing us the Moloch room again.
Yeah.
As you said, mostly consistent room except for RNG on that previous to last Moloch, I think.
Yeah, the one that we saw Pisces get hit on, there's no RNG in that. You will get hit every single time, but it's actually optimal to take the hit as speedrunners.
If you're confident in your Broken Vessel, which I think both of them are.
Oh, Pisces messing up the base and skip first time. Second. Okay, he gets a third try. I think that still saves time over going around, but just obviously not as much.
Yeah. It's deceptively difficult to get that one. The ledge isn't as small as you think, but you have to get it at just the right height in order to actually make the jump up to the height that you need.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and here's the headbang attack, and you can see Pisces just stand there and use D-Dark over and over, doing a ton of damage. This fight should be ending, real soon. Really good fight out of Pisces. That's definitely some time made back on Doubt.
And you could tell exactly that he knew how much damage he was dealing because he chose to use a Shade Soul there on the last hit, which is faster than using a D-Dark, but only deals half the damage. So he must have known that it would finish them off. So
yeah, good point.
Really nice game definitely. There.
Yeah, so now Doubt heading to what most people would call the hardest boss in this category, which is Hornet 2.
Pisces in chat saying, hey Dao, if you could take a death, that would be chill. I mean, for sure, it would definitely bring him back into the lead, right? Actually, I'm not sure. I wonder if Dao takes the safety bench and then takes the death to Hornet 2, I wonder it would probably just about bring them up to par, right?
Yeah, I think so, and we'll see. Yeah, Doubt not gonna go for. I love to see that. Because as I said before, Doubt really I know that Pisces took a death, but Doubt really needs to keep his foot on the gas here because
he wants to play aggressively if he wants any chance at winning this. Yeah, even though he's in the lead right now.
Absolutely, Pisces is not gonna let Doubt get away with just cruising to a safe run here. You know, if Doubt wants this, he's gonna have to run his fastest.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with this fight here, because Pisces has already made up a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I guess for Darren Pisces, this is more like Pisces really making Doubt have to take this race seriously and play at his best, instead of just thinking that, you know, he's playing for himself. This is now actually him playing against Pisces, which is really exciting to see. Yeah,
it's cool to see a race here. Going down to 2 HP, a little nervous. So compared to the first time we fought Hornet, she's gained a new attack where she can set those spike balls all around the room, and she also has a parry attack now, which is incredibly annoying because she can parry our spells as well, like just like we just saw there with Doubt, and that's the literal worst thing that can happen in this entire fight.
Yeah, it loses all the damage that the spell would have done.
Yeah, it loses all the damage, you lose your 3 hits of soul, and if you're standing close, you don't have enough time to react and not get hit by Hornet. So, but either way, Doubt makes it out alive, a decent fight.
Yeah, definitely. You could definitely see that he was playing to win as fast as possible there, not really taking care of his HP too much. Probably
not at
most
all.
of his advantage right now.
Yeah, and I was gonna make the point too. I know when we were in the earlier part of this run, I had mentioned that Pisces told me he doesn't normally watch these streams, but as we saw there, he is right there watching the stream.
Oh, well, he might just have the chat open. That's also possible.
That's a good
I
point,
usually have
yeah.
the chat open, but don't watch the stream because I can't concentrate on that while I'm playing.
I have my wife tell me what the pace is because I don't want to look at it. I have my wife hang out in the room with me and just like tell me where my opponent is. But
Right.
Pisces, he gets right to work with a double and then another fireball. Oh, get hit by the parry.
Getting some nice doubles though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Pisces probably knows this fight inside and out. He knows what he's doing. His spacing is incredible there. But again, I mean...
Really annoying RNG still, but again, makes his best of the situation and gets
yeah, really good fight. But again, I mean, Doubt is playing really well right now. I mean, he's not going to let Pisces have this easily. Definitely not.
Yeah. Looks like they are about 34 seconds apart. I didn't check on the Hornet 2 fight, but that's the last update we got in chat.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's going to be interesting here is it's kind of like I said before. I don't think that there's going to be any big mistake that Doubt makes that loses a ton of time. I think it's going to be up to Pisces to slowly climb back little bit by little bit here and make up the difference.
Oh, absolutely.
And to note, Pisces went for the early control there. Doubt didn't. I'm not sure why, but you know, it's going to be teeny little things like that save 2 seconds here, 3 seconds there, that are going to get Pisces back into this race.
Yeah. Also worth noting, I just checked through the stat sheets. It looked like this is the first death for Pisces in the entire tournament.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me for a runner of his caliber.
Yeah, for sure. So we can probably expect that unless a miracle happens, this, especially given where the death was, this will probably be his slowest race time. But he still has incredibly good chances, which just shows where he is in terms of skill. In this
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you put me in this race as Doubt and Pisces that far behind me, I do not feel comfortable with that lead. You know, I really don't. Not at all. But yeah, I mean, it's... Okay, so Rixian in chat saying at Kingsbrand only a 17 seconds. Jeez.
He made this back so quickly. I don't know when was the Crystal Heart split in terms of time.
I think I think about a minute and a half difference there. I don't remember exactly.
So I mean like in terms of game time that has passed, because right now they are at like 38 minutes.
Right.
And I'm curious just how quickly Pisces has made back that much time just through good execution, because Dao has been playing far from like, you can't even call this mediocre. He's been playing exceptionally well.
Yeah, Doubt's playing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to make that clear to anybody watching. Doubt is playing very well. Just, you know, he just happens to be up against the third best runner of this category in the world, who's just playing, you know, Pisces is out for blood right now. He wants to come back. He doesn't want to just give up on this, and he's definitely crawling back.
It's probably worth pointing out that both of these runners, having a 4-0 and 3-1 so far, will be getting, well, Pisces will definitely be getting into the top 16,
right?
Without having to do any more matches. And Daud, if he actually ends up winning this, which, as far as matches against Pisces are concerned, this is probably the closest we've seen any of his opponents having a shot at winning against him.
Yeah,
So
this is the
if he
first
actually
time I've
wins this-
seen. This is the first time I've seen Pisces not in the lead all tournament.
the same. If he actually if Dao actually ends up winning this, then they will both advance to the top 16.
Right.
So for Pisces, this is actually just like in terms of the tournament itself, he can take it easy, but of course, you're not gonna have a world record in this category, or at least have had one if you aren't playing. If you aren't planning on playing competitively, so.
Yeah, absolutely. But Pisces, he is a competitor through and through, and I can promise he doesn't care what his tournament record is right now. He wants to win this race.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Doubt has to be careful here because with is Doubt going for a 2-cycle? He can't afford to go for a 2-cycle right now. If Pisces, if he goes for a 2-cycle, I think Pisces just makes up all the time. Unless
Yeah,
is there a 1-cycle setup I don't know about?
Yeah, I was about to say, it doesn't look like the classical 1-cycle setup. But I heard that there's a new one discovered by Valley, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean.
Or, I guess correction, I think it wasn't discovered by him, but at least it was popularized by him. But it doesn't look to be that one either, because I believe that one uses D-Dark.
So a 40-46 kill on Umu. Yeah, I mean, I think with a 1-cycle, I think Pisces might just be back in the lead, honestly.
Yeah, we can see just how close Pisces is behind him right now.
Yeah.
When we've been seeing them do different sections so far, right now they are just, at least on the screens, up against each other almost. And Pisces' timer is over a minute behind, so he's actually even more in the lead than it looks.
Yeah, that was throwing me off, actually.
He's probably about to be in the lead if he gets this 1-cycle. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see if he gets it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, did he? Yeah, he got it.
Really close, but yeah, he got it.
That was really tight.
Really
yeah,
nice.
Umu did not want to get out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, Pisces takes back like a 10-second lead now. Absolutely incredible. Wow.
Oh yeah, Water just informed that the other 1-cycle setup was discovered by Underline for current patch and then adjusted by Vali to work on 1-2-1.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, we didn't see either runner go for it. Pisces probably not even going to try because he's perfected this 1-cycle, and I'm not sure, but I believe it's potentially the faster one, or at least they might be tied. So
yeah, I think it's a bit more consistent as well, but I'm not sure. I don't really know much about the other one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it or partaken too much in the discussion about it, but I heard that it's quite comfy. So it seems to be what a lot of newer runners of the category seem to prefer now, as they are learning. But I don't really know what it would be like for someone who's this experienced already.
Yeah. So now both runners coming into my favorite part of the run, which is the Great Slash split. Very, very movement heavy split. To me, it's the first movement heavy split where we finally have all of the movement in the game. And we get to have a lot of fun with that. There's a lot of cool movement using wings and C-dash and other fun stuff. But
yeah, it's incredibly fun. And Pisces doing left side climb here, which I believe is a little bit faster.
Yeah, I don't know, and that's like a really new discovery by the community too, that exiting out the left side is actually faster. Then there's many different ways to take the left side exit, but yeah, it's faster than waiting for the Lumafly cycles on the right side.
Yeah, and I don't want to curse out here, but I just want to point, and I just cursed it. I just want to point out that, that his movement up to where I said that has been incredibly clean, and. Now we'll be seeing Pisces, which I didn't curse him. He just did that before I said anything. So also following very close behind is probably going to do the airwalk here, which Dao didn't do yet.
Yeah.
And gets it first try.
I don't know if the airwalk saves time over the lamp pogo, but it looks so cool.
Yeah, it's definitely cool.
Swag over time save.
You have to do it for the time for the swag save.
Yeah, So again, we see a lot of fun movement through here. Most of these C dashes, I gotta be like, it sounds so silly, but there's a lot of optimization in this segment with when you cancel your C dashes and canceling them perfectly and all that. Like, very tiny details to start paying attention to now. With
what I really like about this segment is that, as you said, it has all of the movement, but it also has a lot of really tiny and precise optimizations. But what I like about it is that it's probably one of the best segments for people who are not this experienced to actually see small changes in movement make a big difference, because you can really follow along with a lot of the tricks.
Yeah, and just as a heads up for viewers, we're getting... Oh, Pisces is 1 HP. Yeah, he should, yeah, heal. We're getting... Doubt's stream is fine. We're just getting a resync right now, for anybody who was curious.
Yeah, it's probably going to take about a minute, since this is how far the timers were apart.
Yeah. So we'll have a bit better of a perception about how much time Pisces has made back here.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a comfy lead of, I'd say, more than 20 seconds actually, which is impressive.
Yeah, more than 20 seconds. I mean, I don't. What else can you say? I mean, that's terrifying, knowing that Pisces can take a 2-minute death and still come back against a very good runner. Like, again, I want to make it clear, Doubt is playing pretty well.
Yeah, extremely. He's not made any major mistakes ever. Like,
yeah.
Since this whole race started, basically, there've only been a few minor mess ups, but they've all been pretty reasonable, and still Pisces has managed to take his lead back from the worst death imaginable, which really speaks for him, I think. That just goes to show the incredible optimization that have gone into this movement, all the practice.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we're seeing Pisces enter the Wraith's mount here. So we're gonna have to do this little arena where we kill all the squits in here to progress. And for us as speedrunners is that the squits spawn in the exact same positions every time, but we do need to be a little careful, because if you fall off of your planned movement and choreography, if you will, that arena can get very hectic very quickly. But Pisces doing a great job not letting it get out of control.
Only got one small slip up there, missing one of the squids, but managed to recover it really well and improvised quite well. And as you said, was mostly in control throughout the entire arena. Dao also having a really clean arena here.
Yeah, I like healing in there. I like that.
Definitely. A smart decision if you aren't 100% confident in your Dark Deepness and Queen's Gardens.
Yeah, and important to note too, when we pick up Howling Wraiths there, that spell that we just see Doubt getting, we get full soul back, so that's probably one of the best places to heal if you need it.
The next best one would be right as they enter Deep Nest. You can Dream Nail those spiny husks there, but
yeah,
it's really only worth it if you're not confident, or if you're low on HP. I think
Pisces tried the underplat, and I respect him going for it. I respect that.
Yeah. It's not the easiest trick doing it here, and I don't think it really saves any time.
The underplat there? It's I think it saves like 0.2 or 0.3. It's just very risky. Like, it's so risky, especially in a section of the run where our health is so important.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it does save time if you're going for world record pace, but while that's definitely something that Pisces could have attempted and has definitely gotten a PB in one of the races that would have been world record just a few weeks ago, he's definitely no longer going for world record right now.
Yeah, no. After a 2-minute death, I don't think Pisces is going for anything than just getting out of this run with a win.
Yeah, so it was probably just for spec points.
Yeah,
which I can really respect.
Yeah, I think I speak for all of us watching when I say we respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pisces now, yeah, making the way through. It's always, I always feel weird commentating the dark rooms because it's like, well, you can't really see anything, so.
You can tell if they're doing a good job because you can see, like,
That's
you know,
right, yeah.
You know what's going on. Pisces doing a good job here in the dark room. Not even letting the spider get close to him.
Yeah, well done. Very nice.
Dao about to, well, just entered it and also not losing any time, moving really fluently.
Yeah, definitely. And important to note here is that in many categories, like any percent or low percent, we have to sit down on that trap bench in Beast Den and then go through the entire den. What we see Pisces doing here, and what we do in All Skills, is if you have enough movements like we do in All Skills, you can just skip the entirety of Beast Den and go right to the top and get Hera. It saves a ton of time.
Yeah. Also, it's really cool to see. It's just a minor detail, but Pisces is doing all of these really small background object pogos just to gain a tiny little bit of height in a lot of places that I just don't see other runners take really. Like sometimes I don't even know that the background objects are there, but you can see him do it throughout the run, and it probably just saves like.
Yeah, it can save time, and on top of that, it's important to remember that pogoing a background object refreshes all of your movement. Like it gives you your dash back, it gives you your double jump back, so that can help with movement a lot as well. Oh, Pisces not okay.
Yeah, Pisces doing a novel strategy here, which was only recently discovered, I believe, by Murray, where if you do it optimally, you can kill that Devout ever so slightly faster because you don't have to dream nail it.
Mm-hmm.
And you do a dash slash and then a D-Dark, and you just down to the last point, you exactly match its HP pool. But he did miss it here, which I'm not sure. I think it probably lost him a little bit of time, but
Yeah, probably a little bit. The dash slash strat that he went for was incredibly precise. There is a visual cue that I know runners use for. I don't like going for that strategy just because it can go wrong like that and lose time. Oh, and
okay, I'm
speaking
not
of
sure
losing
if you're,
time,
if you're the one who's having internet problems or I, but I think I may have to drop out real quick. 1 second.
Oh. Sure. Okay, well, anyway, looking at... Oh, and we're back. Well, I can't hear you if you're here, April. Well, anyway, so Pisces is going to be making his way down to the Abyss now. There isn't a whole ton left that can go terribly wrong in this run. Okay, it looks like April's having connection issues. But anyway, with the sibling climb coming up for Pisces, probably the last place in this run that I would really expect anybody to die. But you know, with somebody's experience as Pisces, probably not going to happen. He knows how to navigate this climb safely. Okay, then I just calm cursed him. You can see his frustration there, swinging his nail around. And Doubt following not terribly far behind now. Getting to the Abyss door. Yeah, Pisces making very quick work out of that sibling climb. Getting hit once, kind of scary, but not a problem. He still has plenty of health. And yeah, from here, there's not really much that can go wrong in the rest of this split, but we see Doubt about to come to that same section. We'll see how he handles it. What gets really scary about that climb is that every one of those siblings does two hits of damage when they hit you, and it makes a really big, loud, scary noise, which, you know, on a good pace, that can actually make you kind of nervous. It makes me nervous when I get hit. And as soon as you aggro the siblings, they all start following you for the rest of the climb. And if you fall down a little bit, you can get like almost like a really funny, a funny scene of all of the siblings just chasing you, but Doubt not having any such issues. And we'll see Pisces now making his way back over to the final skill that we pick up before going to fight the final boss, THK here, which is the Abyss Shriek. It's the most powerful spell in the game. You may be wondering, well, why do we wait so long to get it if it's the most powerful spell? because going down here into the abyss is so far out of the way that it doesn't actually save any time. You know, it doesn't allow us to do anything that we can. You know, it doesn't let us kill Umu any quicker, for example, etc. So. Yeah, we'll see Pisces here. So we do need 3 hits of soul. There's 2, and he'll get the last one with a pogo right here, I believe. Yeah. And then you need enough soul to use a Howling Wraiths in this room, which will start the cutscene for Abyss Streak. And then this is kind of the last moment where runners get a breath before the final crazy moments of all skills involving the Abyss Climb and the final THK fight. Abyss Climb, probably one of the most fun sections of the run, unless you're on a very good pace, and then it's one of the most nerve-wracking sections of the run.
Oh, I'm glad. My connection is finally back. Sorry, everyone.
Hey, April's back.
And I just made it in time for my favorite segment of the run.
That's right. Yeah, so we're going to see how Pisces does here, starting at 50:34.15. Let's see what kind of time he gets. Yeah, there's a lot of different strats for this room. And there's a lot of runners that purposefully don't go for the optimal strats. Oh.
They are quite tricky to pull off. It's worth pointing out.
Oh.
Pisces, I don't know what the current status is, but Pisces used to have the fastest Abyss climb out of all tourney races, at least up to the 3rd round. Not sure how it's right now, but really impressive stuff. Yeah, I think he got a 31 in one of his races, which is absolutely insane for a race setting. But yeah, there's a lot of strategies that even top runners just don't bother going for in a race setting, because it's the type of deal where it's not really worth trying to save 0.2 seconds to go for an incredibly risky strat and risk getting hit by the spikes or something. So a lot of runners do slightly safer strats that don't lose too much extra time. Yeah. Oops. Doubt they're having a little bit of trouble. He's going to go up the inside. I'll be curious to see if Pisces gives us any content with Helicopter Knight or something of that sort. I mean, I'm curious as well. I doubt that he'll actually do it, since it does lose time, and given that he's already taken a death and is likely not watching the stream. Yeah. I wonder if he's aware that he's in the lead right now. Yeah, that's a good question. I will say, when you were having internet connection issues, the last little C-dash we do right before sibling climb, Pisces fell into the void tendrils, and then he stood there for a few seconds angrily swinging his nail. So, oh no. So maybe he is aware of how far ahead he is at this point. Yeah, potentially. He's gonna go for the Cyclone Slash here, which is a fairly new. Okay, he doesn't get it perfectly, but still gets 3 hits on each. Yeah. It's quite tricky to get. Oh, it's really hard to get. You can break you can break both chains with just a Cyclone Slash, but you have to move really well in order to do that. Yeah, it's incredibly precise. It only seems to connect if you move at the right timing. And you kind of have to use the freeze frames that you get in order to actually... Yeah. Pisces taking a lot of damage here, down to 1 health. That's really scary, especially this. I would expect to see him stagger, or I would expect to see him heal on the next stagger, or right here. Well, that's a really risky heal to take. Okay. Yeah, so with THK in this category, you guys are going to see Pisces using our newest unlocked skill, which is the Abyss Shriek. It does a ton of damage, but the risk is we have to be incredibly close to THK for it to actually hit for the full damage, which can make this fight quite risky and dangerous, honestly, despite how powered up we are compared to other categories. Yeah. And that phase where he steps himself... nice scream skip. Yeah. And that phase where he steps himself, he doesn't really take any more damage than a single one per attack, so... Right. You can just use it to gather soul and either heal up, or in this case just Abyss Shriek him as soon as you can. Right. That's a GG for Pisces. Yeah, really good. That would be like a 53-51, I believe.
On the other screen, we have Doubt just finishing up too. Really cool to see both runners so close. I mean, we had a real race here. This was really, really
that was
fun.
amazing. I'm really excited that it was an actual race, and that's not something. I'll be honest, that's not something I'd expect from this race when I signed up for commentary. But I'm really glad it turned out to be this way.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't say that as like a shot at Doubt at all. There are very, very few people on planet Earth who I expect to keep up with Pisces, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Doubt also down to 1 HP at the moment.
Yeah.
Very scary.
I would not gonna heal. I love it. Oh, okay. I got scared there. There we go. Good finish.
Nice, really nice fight, and really nice for choosing to go fast here instead of safe. Probably knew that he was. Well, I'm not sure if he knew that he already lost, but yeah, he probably did. But still, he went for the fastest that he possibly could and gave Pisces a real run for his time here. Really nice.
Yeah, I think, at least from what Doubt, I asked Doubt before the race, and he told me his PV was a 54:30 something. So I mean, to finish within 20 seconds of PV in a tournament setting, that's an incredible run. So GG's to both runners.
For sure, and they're only a minute apart, so that's really amazing to see.
Yeah, really good stuff.
I'm excited for the interview, I have to say.
I got a lot of questions.
I'm so excited to hear what both runners were thinking. And also if they were watching the stream. Because I think in this case especially, it would have influenced a lot of their potential choices, more so than in many other races, I believe. Okay, GG Pisces.
GG.
That was a very first down.
And GG Dao.
We have so many questions, but first and foremost, GG to both of you, and thanks for blessing us with that incredibly tight race. That was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, that was really enjoyable to watch until the end. Really amazing.
Yeah. So I guess first question is, Pisces, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, fine. If I lost that, I knew it was because Dow played better than I did. So
right.
I don't know. Certain things just like I got a little like annoyed at, mainly just because like I don't know. It's just unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Did either of you watch the stream?
Yeah, I was watching.
Okay, so then my question to you, Dad, did you expect, first of all, to be in the lead for this long in a race against Pisces?
Well, my thought process for this race was Pisces needs to make 4 minutes worth of mistakes, and I need to have a pretty good race. And it wasn't 4 minutes worth of mistakes, so I wasn't nervous about it. I was like, he's still gonna win.
I see.
Yeah.
But still, you were in the lead for quite a sizable chunk of time, if I might say. So that was... I was just wondering if you were nervous during the time, but yeah.
No, not really. Towards the end, I stopped paying attention to my own run and was kind of just watching Pisces. So I made a few mistakes, but...
Yeah, and I know Pisces, you've told me in past races that you don't watch the stream, you like to kind of just focus on your own run. Was that the same case today, or after, knowing that you took a death and that the race could be kind of dicey, did you decide to peak at the pace at all?
Sorry, I'm just hearing a tiny bit of echo. But at one point I hopped in chat just to ask Dow to please take a death somewhere. But that's all. I didn't actually watch the stream.
Yeah, we saw that. I was wondering if you watched it, but...
No, I didn't actually watch any of the stream. I just hopped in chat to send the one message, and then I bailed.
That was the content we're all here for. Yeah, so I mean, what was your mentality after taking a death? Knowing Doubt, you had a really good race. I think you finished within 20 seconds of your PB. So Pisces, what was your mentality after that death?
I mean, I felt a little shaky at the beginning. Like, I was almost considering doing something like wings first before basin.
Sure.
Just because I wanted to like make sure I didn't screw up anything royally. And then I meant to do damage-less for the Crystal Heart cycle, but autopiloted into damage cycle. And so I like thought about this happening, and then it did, and I was like, Well, I mean, like, I just deserved every bit of that. So, I don't know. After that, it was more just like, I just needed to play like clean, but like still safe. So like I took safety bench before Shade Cloak because I took the
Right.
damage in Beast 10. I don't know. I just wanted to play solid and hope that Dao made enough mistakes that I could still win.
Yeah, and it definitely paid off. Definitely.
It did pay off, but I want to say, we commented on this a few times, but Dao didn't really make that many mistakes.
Nothing
played-
major for sure.
He played really well especially after the death of yours. We saw him really pull through. It was incredible. You made back a lot of time over the course of like 10-20 minutes after the death, and I think after the Umu 1 cycle by you and the 2 cycle by Dao, you were back in the lead. But up to that point, it was really nice to see you both going head to head with each other.
Yeah, and Dao, the one thing is when I did hop in chat for that tiny bit, I got a little scared because as I joined, I saw a message that was like, "Wow, Dao saved time on the basin split." I was like, shoot, like I'm losing even worse now.
I should check.
Yeah.
That might have been a gold for me. It was pretty good. So
Yeah, you had a really clean, and it goes back to what we were saying, is that Doubt, you played incredibly well. You know, is there any part of your run that you were super happy with and you feel like really good about?
super happy with. I mean, getting the Isma skip is always just getting it feels good, right?
You know, your Isma skips were clean. You got them all 3 first try. We were getting pretty hype about that here in comms.
Everything else was kind of just like, it was fine. You know, it wasn't like amazing, but it was good enough,
Right.
especially for a race. So
Yeah, definitely. And Pisces, same question, I guess. Were there? I mean, overcoming a death, winning the race, still obviously great feats. But were there any parts of the run where you felt you played particularly well, and that may have let you crawl back into the lead?
Well, there were 2 splits that I was almost certain that I golded, and I was right, and that was Cyclone and Abyss Shriek.
Nice.
That's
But,
really nice.
Other than that, getting the 1 cycle Umu felt pretty good. Like that whole split was pretty nice. So I was hoping maybe if Dao got a 2 cycle, I could make a.
Yeah, which was exactly what happened. And your 1
Yeah.
cycle was kind of scary.
I was scared for you. Yeah.
Because Umu took so long to get into the wall.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been in that position like in many different occasions, and I never get the 1 cycle, so I was feeling pretty nervous for you.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, like most splits were like fine by my standards, and then some were really bad, but it's okay.
Yeah. Dao, did you have anything that you were particularly proud of? I saw your Great Slash split was you had some really good movement there.
Great Slash was bad. I
I
couldn't get out of archives. It was really funny. I don't know. It just couldn't jump. And then I forgot to cancel the C dash. And so I just ran face first into the spikes. Whoops.
Man, who would do such a thing? Like, I definitely haven't done that in 3 of my races this tournament.
It's like I guess I'm just this kind of person who tends to neglect mistakes when I look at execution. I tend to look at the good things, and then I don't see like silly mistakes because I just discount them for race nerfs. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's hard sometimes to have a good mentality about, like, just what's reminding yourself that things did go well, even if the final time isn't, what you expected or what you wanted. So I think that's good to do that.
Are you
I
happy
definitely agree.
with your race time, Dao?
Oh, yeah. I said before, like just before this, I was like, if I get any 54, I'm happy, because it's like kind of where I'm at, I feel is good for me. So
Yeah.
54,
Because
51 is good.
Rhino and I weren't sure what your PB actually was, because Rhino asked you and you said it was a 54:31, but as I checked the Google sheet that tracks all the times of all the races, it says that in your second round you got a 53:38. Is that true?
That is not true. I don't know
Okay,
what happened there.
Someone has to go back and correct that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just misread, but I'm pretty sure that let me check.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be pretty weird if
Yeah, it says
if Doubt had his own
50-38.
PB off by a minute.
Yeah. So someone will need to potentially go and correct that. Whoever feels responsible for that, but yeah, we were kind of confused there for a bit, but really nice to see you so close to your PB.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure on how the playoff brackets get formed or how the tiebreakers work. And Pisces, feel free to talk more about that if you'd want as the tournament organizer. But regardless of what happens, you're guaranteed to go into the top 16 bracket, the elimination bracket. Are there any sections that you're really saying yourself, man, this is something I really want to practice or clean up before I get into the playoffs there?
Ideally, I just want to be able to play more
Sure.
before the future races, because these past weeks I just haven't gotten the chance to for all my races. So I wouldn't say there's any one particular split. Like that death won't happen like 99 out of 100 times. So
Right.
I don't know.
No, that
just
makes perfect
want
sense.
to play more so my hands are warmed up. That's about it.
Yeah,
Nice.
Doubt, you're probably going to get into the playoff matches for the top 16 as well. So
That depends. I don't know.
how do you feel about this? Like, are you excited to potentially be participating in the top 16?
I honestly, when I joined this tournament, I thought it was gonna be top 8, and I knew I didn't have a chance at top 8, so I was like planning on not. I guess I'm excited. I don't know. I haven't thought about it much because it's still very dependent at 3-2 on the outcome of a lot of the other matches. I think of my opponents, only I think Insomnia's played this round already. Yeah, and he won, but my other ones haven't, so there's just not enough information to really know.
Yeah.
Yeah, having
Makes
Pisces
sense.
in your strength of schedule definitely helps, though.
Oh
Uh,
yes. That's...
And Axe, yeah.
Having the two losses be
Oh
me and
gosh, you had.
Axe.
That,
I thought I had it rough with my two. You had Pisces and Axe. Jeez.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that may
goodness.
actually just give him a free pass, I think.
Yeah. We have a question in chat from Fallen Dream asking Pisces, who do you expect to see racing against you in the next round?
So since we're going to top 16, it's going to be seeded based on results from the Swiss. So because of how it's set up, I'm definitely not going to be the 1 seed, regardless of whether my opponent's set win percentage is higher than, say, whoever wins between Monsta and Axe. Because well, A, they might have a higher percentage anyways, but B, because they played each other, we'd want to seed it so that they don't meet again, like in semis, for example.
Yeah.
So whoever loses would meet me instead in semis if everything goes according to seeds. So if we go theoretically by seeds, I'd play whoever's 15th seed in the double elimination bracket.
All right, so note to self, don't end up 15th seed. Got it. Cool. Well, hey, that's all the questions I have. April, do you have anything left for other runners?
No, thank you both. That was extremely exciting to watch, and thanks for making it tense for us.
Yeah, thank you.
Especially like Pisces, you went down to 1 HP in the THK fight so quickly. How are you feeling about that? Because that would have been your last opportunity to actually give Dao the win.
I was just
And it got quite close
pissed. I don't know. I was just annoyed at that point. Just like because every single shriek missed because THK dashed like 4 times in a row. So I was just annoyed that like A, my spacing was so bad, which is my own fault, and B, like that I got so many dashes. So I just tried to only use Nail until THK finally staggered, and then I knew I could heal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that's all the questions I had. So
Yeah, cool. Well, I guess thank you to both the runners and GG's to both of you. Thank you to April for commenting with me, and thank you to our viewers for hanging out with us on this lovely Sunday evening.
Yeah, thanks
I
for
also
coming.
say thank you, and I also just say that I can't understand you anymore because I'm having connection troubles again. So I'll just make this quick for myself and say I'm leaving call now. Thank you all, and I'll watch the stream because the stream quality seems to be fine on Twitch. So yeah, bye.
Take care,
I'll
everyone.
just say GG's, thank you, comms, and seriously, good race, Dow.
Yeah, thanks for everything, putting it on.
Well
You know,
played.
you're doing a lot of work, so.
Of course.
All right. Well, that's going to be our show
Bye.
for this evening, and hope everyone has a good rest of your weekend. And take care. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I think we have a race at 9, if I remember correctly. People.
Ooh, good call.
Yeah, we have another race in approximately an hour and a half. So
And that will
everyone stay tuned
be-
for that.
That'll be on SpeedGaming 3, it looks like.
Nerf
Yeah.
versus Sabi.
That's going to be a good one. That'll be a good one.
I have to approve some comms for that. So
Well, we'll let you get to that, and we'll let Dow get back to what he's doing for his weekend. And take care, everyone. We'll see you.